Chair offers up substitute for House Bill 10. Chair lays out the substitute for HB 10 and recognizes Chairwoman Thompson to explain the substitute.
Mr. Chairman, members, the substitute is merely adding some additional medical entities and personnels to this particular bill, because it's going to be a bill that's going to be driven by research. You have watched the news all over the state of Texas. We have been looking at problems, and we've been inundated with shootings and fights, and schools asking for more money and needing more money to put up security mechanism in the school to keep the kids safe. And in spite of all those particular things, nothing had really worked. So in an effort to try to find out why our kids are so violent, why is there such an escalation in the mental conditions of children, and then what are some of the unknown factors that we have not even discovered that may be happening and may be targeted in the brain of children that we need to investigate. I know this sounds somewhat far-reaching, but let me give you a little bit of experience. I had the experience before I became a member of this august body to be a teacher in the public schools. And I used to have children who would not sit down in their seats no matter how many times I told them to sit down. They hopping around, up and down, all around, all around. And I said, you know, to myself, these kids, nobody even taught them anything. They didn't even teach them anything at home. They have poor disciplinary skills. Everything is just horrible. What's wrong with these kids? Fast forward about 25 years later, we found out and discovered ADD and ADHD. We had never heard of those terms. They were not even a part of the medical lexicon at all. It was just unknown and foreign. They were foreign to us. But we have learned to deal with those situations through medication and non-medication mechanism and protocols. This bill is an attempt to find out what are some of those unknown targets in the brain that's causing kids to be more suicidal, more violent. They say it's not the guns, so it has to be something else. And what I'm attempting to do is form an institute that's going to do research into these problems and see what we can come up with, and whether or not we can find what some of these targets are, how do we treat them, and how do we develop protocol.